Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's Dawn here. So today we are here with the advent calendar. So I did say we are going to make an advent calendar using these squares. Do apologise for the noise. Next door's kids are out playing. So yeah, there's not really much I can do about it. So I'm just hoping it doesn't come through too much on the camera. Anyway, we're doing a sticker and pin badge advent calendar. So I have 25 days here. So I've got a selection of pin badges and then I've got a selection of stickers. And what I thought we would do is we're going to actually make some little envelopes. So let me grab my stash of papers. What I'll do is I'm going to do one with you and I'm going to pop you on speed up while for when like to make the rest of them, if that makes any sense. I'm just going to grab some bits of cardstock. Actually, let me just grab one out. So I think I'm mainly going to use the pink set actually. So let's move all of this out of the way because we don't need that. And then what I'm going to do, I'm just going to get my trimmer. I'm going to measure these. So these measure, so I want 2.5 and we need about 2.5 inches worth of space within. So what I'm going to do, so 2.5, I'm going to cut at 4.5. So let's do a piece that's 4.5. And then I'm just going to put that in there so we can measure. We're going to have it this way. So I want about 1 inch for it to fold over. So we need 3 inches, 1, 2, 3, so 4, 1, 2, and then 1, 2, 3, and another inch. So I'm going to cut it at 8 inches, so 4.5 by 8. Okay, what I should be doing, or what I should do is actually write this down of what I am, my measurements, just so I don't forget when it comes to making them all. So we want 8 inches by 4.5 inches and then score at 1 inch. Was it 4 inches? I think it was 4 inches, wasn't it? And then probably at 7 1/4 inches. So that's where we're going to score at, and then down each side, the other side, so we're going to score at 1/2 inch and at 4 inches. So that's what I'm going to do. So let me grab my scoreboard out. Like I say, this is just so that I have it, and then we're going to grab something to score with because I still can't find my bone folder wherever I put it. It is in here somewhere, it's just I have no idea where it is. Like I say, apologies for the kids next door. I have no control over them. Right, okay, so we're going to score at 4, so just down there, and at 1/2. So that's those side bits, and then we're going to score at 1, at 4, and hang on, oh no, I think that actually needs to be cut down, yeah, because we're making an envelope, so this actually needs to be cut down at 7, so right, let's cut that off. I'm just going to cut that at a V bit. Can't see it better that way either. So paper doesn't need to be 8 by 4.5, it needs to be 7 by 4.5. So I am working this out with you guys, by the way. And then we do need these bits cutting out. So basically we're just making some little envelopes. Okay, and then the idea for this is once you've filled them, you get a piece of string, pop it onto on your wall, and then just use some little pegs to sort of hang it. I mean, how cute would that be? Right, okay, so that is that done. And then what we're going to do is we're going to fold this bit over and this bit over like that. I'm just going to grab my glue, and then we're going to glue both sides. So, and then stick that down. Oh, the best that we can. There we go. So there's that. And then what you want to do is grab either a pin badge or some stickers and pop it in. And then you're just going to fold this over. Now you can either do it with sellotape or you can do it with sorry, my glue didn't stick very well there. I'll just hold it for a second until it does stick. I'm thinking though we need a little bit more off there, so actually this we're going to cut at 6 3/4 instead of 8, just so that this is down a little bit because it is catching on there. So this is the fun about making the first one. Okay, and then we just do that. Okay, so what I'm going to do, because it is getting noisier out there, I am just going to grab some double-sided tape for this and glue that down. I'm going to pop you on a bit of a speed up while I do the rest of these, and then I'm also going to decorate them as well on speed up. Like I said, but I don't know if you can hear how noisy it is, so yeah, how long they're out for I don't know, but I'd love to get this video finished. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my trimmer, okay, and then I'm going to grab my what did I do with it? Where's the sheet? Oh, there it is. I'm going to grab the sheet and we are going to just start off by cutting these down, so like that. And I'm going to just cut them all ready, but I just thought, you know, these paper pads have offered us an advent calendar that we can make ourselves. You can put anything you want in, but I just thought a sticker advent calendar, how cool would that be? So that is basically what we are doing, and I have no idea what days are going to get what, but yeah, I think it's going to be quite cool. Right, yeah, I'm just going to cut them by hand. So move these over a sec. Let's just grab some scissors, and I am just going to cut along that line like this, and we'll do it to all of them. That one's got a bit of black on there, so let's get rid of that. And then simply get our glue. We are just, oh, my glue has run out, I need to refill it, but there's enough there just for that. And then we're just going to stick that on like so. And there we have it. There's one of our days for a little mini advent calendar. So I think it's time to pop you on speed up and we do the whole thing. I think though what I might do is actually put the numbers on before I put the pin badges in, because they are a bit more 3D, and then I can leave them to dry, put the pin badge in it, and it should stay stuck, just to save a little bit of time. But I hope you enjoy this bit. So if you are wanting to do this, then it is 6 3/4 by 4.5, and you want to score at 1 and 4, and then at 1/2 and 4. So that is your scores and your cuts. So hope you enjoy, and I'll see you at the end when we have a full advent calendar all done. We are back now. I have just done some rough measurements because I think this would actually look really nice in a box. So I'm just going to get a couple of papers out. Okay. And we're going to do it. So what I've worked out is this bit here needs to be 6.5 by 3 1/4. So that's what the middle needs to be. And then the sides of the box, they need to be 3 inches. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go on my scoreboard first. We'll have this one at the bottom. Where's my little tool? I did find a nice little tool for scoring. Right, okay. So the sides need to be 3 inches. So I'm going to score down here at 3 inches. And then this bit going across needs to be 6.5. So 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, so it's not going to fit. We're going to be half. Yeah, we're going to be half short. So I think what I'm going to do is have the sides at 2.5 because I am making a lid for this. So let me just score down there because then I know that I need to cut that bit off. So your first piece needs to be 11.5 inches, and then we score 2.5, 9 on that side. I hope that makes sense. Then on this side you want 2.5, so, and then this centre bit needs to be 3 3/4. So let's add that on 1, 2, 3, and so 6 1/4 is where I'm going to score at. And then I'm just going to score again at 1, 2, at 8 3/4 because that's where I know I need to cut. Right, I hope that helps. So I should really write this down. So I'm just going to cut this off because we don't need this bit. Like this. Now, and then I'm going to cut this bit off. I should really use my trimmer for this, but I'm just following that line along. Right, okay, now that that's all cut, we have our corner squares. So we're just going to cut down where that score line is, and I'm going to take a wedge out like that, and then take a wedge out on that side. And we're going to do this to all 4 corners. Okay, so just like that, and then this one, and just there, and then this side. So that's our base done, and I'm going to make this up because I want to make sure that it actually fits everything before I do my my lid. So let's fold all of those over, and then we're going to just fold these over. Okay, there we are. Right, getting my glue gun. I'm just going to glue these side bits like that. There's one bit, and I'm going to do this all the way around as well. Okay, there's that one, and 2 more. Oh, I'll stick that bit back down, that bit there, like that. Okay, and then the last bit just here. Right, so there we have our base. So then I'm going to get these in order. So number 1, there's number 2. I need number 1. There we go. So 1, 2. Where's number 3? There. 3, 4, 5. Where are you? 4. I know you're there. 5. 6 is that. 7, which has got a dodgy number on it. There it is. 7, 8, 9. Just say 9. There. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24 and 25, and look at that, they fit in perfectly. I love that. So that means for the top piece we want to score again at 2.5, because that is the side. Now in the center this bit needs to be, so it was 6.5, we need to add on 1/8 of an inch onto it. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.5. So we're going to score at 9 1/8, and then we're going to count 2.5. So 1, 2, and we're going to cut at 11 5/8. So that's that side done. So then on this side again we're going to do 2.5, and then we're going to do 3 7/8. So 1, 2, 3 7/8, and we're then going to add on 2.5. So 1, 2.5. There we go. That's where I need to cut. So you need to cut that at 8 7/8. So let's cut this down like I've just done with the other one. So adding that 1/8 of an inch really helps the lid fit on really nicely. There we are. And I always find just 1/8 of an inch on 2 sides is perfect, like the perfect amount. So you're getting to see how I sort of work everything out. Yeah, so I hope it's helpful. I really do hope it's helpful. Right, okay, cutting the wedges out. So just doing exactly the same for the top as we did the bottom. One more. Like that. And cut that wedge out. And that one. Okay, so I'm just going to burnish those flaps. Okay, and then just these bits. Oh, I want it the other way. I want the blue. So let's fold them the right way. Right, okay. And then we're just going to stick these all down. So, like this. Making sure it's nice and adhered. Okay. There's that one. Oh, now that it's fast asleep in a bed. Lady's having a little wander around. Honestly, they're so cute. It is very warm today, so at the time of filming this, it is really warm. I don't even know what we're sitting at actually in the studio. Oh, we're sitting at 32 degrees. That's why I'm warm. Okay. So that's that done. So that is that all secured, and then that should, if I've got my calculations correct, should just slide on quite nicely, which it does. And there you have it. There is our advent calendar made using the paper pads. I love it. Now you can decorate it if you want. The only thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to put ribbon around it, and that is it. So every day you get to open up your little box and pick out your day. That is so cool. I love that. Isn't that so good? Anyway, let me know what you think. I hope you've enjoyed this video. And you don't even have to have a paper pad though with the advent calendar in. You can make your own numbers, get them. I know the pound shop normally sell number stickers, and just make the envelopes, fill them up with stickers or whatever you want. But isn't that just a lovely gift to give someone? I love it. Absolutely love it. And there we have it, our little advent calendar. So, oh, I think it's fab. I do. I really do think it's fab. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Please do subscribe if you're not already a subscriber, and I will catch you guys in the next video very soon. But until then, happy crafting. Bye.